The beer was that weak, they asked the brewer to brew it again.
So we've got to find a park up somewhere in Troon. You getting told off, Fudgy? Bam was rocking, but I'm not smuggling anything today. So welcome back to the channel. In this week's video, we travel from close to Hadrian's Wall all the way into Scotland to celebrate Hogmanay and take in a Scottish castle. I hope you enjoy. Move on day to day, and we're going to be heading into Scotland. But first, we're going to visit Twice Brewed to stock up with some of their special beer. So hi everyone, we're back at the tap room of Twice Brewed, which is a fantastic pub. We ate there when we were at Hadrian's Wall a couple of months ago, and we had to come back because I had my camera settings wrong, and there is a brilliant story about why the name Twice Brewed came about. So I'm going to ask somebody to introduce themselves to you because they know all about it and they're going to tell you. How exciting is that? Okay.
Hi, my name's Sue and welcome to the tap room at Twice Brewed. So the old saying goes, why do we call it once brewed? When the Romans visited the wall, and they were here for quite some time, the beer was that weak they asked the brewer to brew it again, hence the name Twice Brewed. Now next door near our car park is the famous Sill Discovery Centre, which was opened by King Charles 4 years ago. Now there was a youth hostel there many years ago, and the lady and gentleman who built the youth hostel were adamant that no alcohol was to be served, so they served tea in a pot, so hence the name Once Brewed. There we have it.
So there's a youth hostel called Once Brewed?
Yes, in the Sill, which has been renovated, so it's very modern now. So the Sill is Once Brewed and the pub is now in Twice Brewed.
Whoa, so there you go. There is the story of Twice Brewed from somebody who works in Twice Brewed rather than me blathering on about nothing. Good morning everyone. We're at the Camping and Caravan Club site at Moffat. We arrived last night. We're only here for one night, so we'll be leaving today. And today we're off to Troon. So we've got to find a park up somewhere in Troon, ready to head over to Sue's parents the following day. Cannot believe how busy this site is. And when we were talking to the wardens yesterday when we arrived, they said that they could have filled the site 4 times over because people are now starting to arrive for the new year. And we've stayed on sites over New Year before. It's always a nice experience, but just can't believe how busy it is. It's unbelievable. By the way, how are you liking my Christmas hat? Hey, special present from Susan. I'm loving it. It's a Barber, so it's dead posh. And the reason I wanted one of these is because when we're walking and it's raining, it's quite nice to have something that keeps the rain out of your eyes. So I'm hoping with this as a brim, I won't have any more trouble with rain in my eyes again. And just a short walk from the site and you come into this park area called Station Park. And I seem to remember, because we have stayed here once before. Come on Archie, come on, this way. I seem to remember from the last time that we stayed here that if somewhere over in that direction you can get out to the road, cross the road, and then there's a riverside walk on the opposite side. So Archie and I will go and have a look at that and see if we can find it, see what it's all about. And here we are on this beautiful riverside walk. Short 10 minutes and here you are. A little bit further on along here, it opens out. There's a big kind of playing field and you see a lot of people walking their dogs across the playing field. Yeah! Hello! Oh, bye, you silly girl, you bashed yourself. And here is that patch of land that I was telling you about. I can see there's a local football pitch over there, but this is just like, it's almost like common land. It looks like common land. And there's definitely quite a few people I've seen walking their dogs across here, so this is great. Archie can have a mooch off his lead. We have actually just bumped into Sue and Fudge. Fudge came running over and ran into the camera. Silly girl. So this place is Moffat Mill, and this is literally at the entrance to the campsite. So a great place to come, and I have just spotted behind me in that direction there is a little cafe which opens soon, and it looks like they do breakfast, but we won't be doing that because I like cooking my own breakfast on my kayak. So good afternoon. We have made it to Troon, and we have just sat in a car park to have some lunch at the south end of town, right by the Royal Troon Golf Club. I think we're going to be there overnight, because the sign's a little bit ambiguous, but it says no lorries or coaches or caravans or overnight parking unless in a designated vehicle in a designated space. The way I interpret it, I think we are going to be alright, and we're not breaking any rules by being there. Arguably, we poke out ever so slightly at the front, but it would be a really nasty parking enforcement person, wouldn't it, that would stick a ticket on us for that, but we'll see. So that's what we're going to do. Sue's currently just nipped into Morrison's to get something to take to her parents tomorrow, but otherwise we're going to have a park up tonight in a car park in Troon right next to the beach, which should be really, really nice, and the dogs are going to love getting out onto the beach and stretching their legs. We are on the beach at Troon. We're just out with the dogs, giving them a leg stretch for the afternoon before it gets dark. It's getting dark very early, and we've just had hailstones. I'm not even sure whether you're going to be able to hear me because it is windy, but the dogs are having a great old time charging around on the beach, enjoying this weather. Looks like there's some brighter sky out there in the distance, but not much of that here. You getting told off, Fudgy? So this morning we have woken up to a very wet and windy day, but nowhere near as windy as it was overnight. The van was rocking, and no, none of that hanky-panky. We're far too old for that. But oh my goodness, a couple of times during the night I thought we were going to blow away, and I think it was only the maximum wind speed was about 49 miles per hour. So I know it gets worse than that, goodness knows. We definitely wouldn't want to be by the coast then. Anyway, we're happy to still be alive, and later on this morning we'll be heading off to visit Sue's parents, ready for Hogmanay.
Just have to get a quick spoon out, Stick your finger in it, it's not that warm, but
yeah, no, you can still taste it, yeah.
Right, you can tell me later.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But no.
So good morning everyone, and hopefully you can see behind me the ruins of Dundonald Castle. So this morning Archie, Fudge and I are walking along the Smugglers Trail. That sounds brilliant, doesn't it? In the early 1300s, successive monarchs started to introduce taxes, and that's when the kind of birth of smugglers happened. So people bringing in contraband goods through the non-policed ports, if you like, and Troon and Burstner were those ports in Scotland that people were bringing in contraband goods. And what they would do is they would use pack horses to bring those goods along the Smugglers Trail from either Troon or Burstner, along the trail to Dundonald. Now, there were other houses apparently in Dundonald where contraband goods would be stored, but of course the castle made a perfect location because it's got all sorts of little nooks and crannies, and hopefully we might get a chance to have a look around there later. We'll have to see. I'm not sure that it's open at the moment, but we have been there before and it really is worth a visit. It's a lovely little castle and there's a visitor centre. Oh, and by the way, do you like my next Christmas hat, hey? This was a present from Alison, so obviously Sue and her sister are in tune this year because they're into hats. But I don't know, I think this hat's fit for a smuggler. That's why I'm wearing it today. The Smugglers Trail is an undulating path and it passes through lots of different kinds of terrain. Today it passes across beach and arable land and through different woodlands, past a reservoir. We're just going through Dundonald woods. I think these are Dundonald woods. I'll have a look later, but we're just passing largely through the woodland. We may make it as far as the reservoir. If we do, I'll show you. But then we'll be kind of heading back. And if you're wondering where Sue is, well, she's having a haircut. So it's just me and the dogs today. Although, to be fair, Sue's already been out for a run. But she went in the dark with a head torch because the hair appointment was quite early. Been walking for about half an hour, just about half an hour, and I've reached the tip of the reservoir. It's only a small reservoir. What I'll do is I'll try and put a map up so you can see the walk from Dundonald Castle to here. We're going to turn around and go back now, but obviously if I carried on along the Smugglers Trail eventually I would make it to Troon. But I'm not smuggling anything today. Am I? No, I've decided not to. I'm going to be a good girl today. So I'm going to start heading back and I'll see you later. The problem we've got now is we've got ABBA in the background.
Oh, I see, right.
So we might have some copyright issues, but if you were all to sing and drown out ABBA.
Look at them.
Whoa, Mamma Mia, here I go again. My, how can I resist you?
Every change has a reason, baby, let it come to you. Every soul, every season.
So here I am again in Dundonald Woods, this time joined by the Leslies again.
Hello.
Now you may remember the Leslies from the episode called We Are Not Welcome, and that was relating to the dogs being allowed in. What was that name of that place, Hugh?
Vindolanda?
Vindolanda, yeah, where they don't let dogs in, and so we couldn't go there, but we went to another place instead. So have a look at that episode, We Are Not Welcome, if you fancy. But these are the marauding Scots. but they're in their homeland now, so I'm going to have to be really, really careful.
You know what's the danger?
Very, very friendly. So we had New Year's Eve together, where we ate too much, drank too much, did a bit of singing, and saw in the new year together, and here we are on New Year's Day walking through the woods blowing away the cobwebs.
We are close, can you feel it? Something is behind the clouds. We just have to believe it. We can make the sun come out. Let us lose ourselves in a fairy tale. Who can say what's wrong or right? We're the only ones who can decide. Baby, you and I should start living now. With the whole world at our feet, we could stay or we could leave.
So I hope you've enjoyed this video and our Hogmanay celebrations, and particularly the castle, which is a firm favourite of mine. Anyway, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe and click the little bell, and that way YouTube will notify you every time that we've posted a new video. Otherwise, see you next week.